Hi there. It is known that it is all a matter of perspective, and it all depends on the observer. So if you look at an object from an angle, you have one perspective. If you look at the exact same object from a different angle and from another angle, you have different perspectives on the same object. I think we all agree that it's just like that. And then there is a theory on the quantum physics. They have discovered that the same particle of light can be seen in two different places depending on the observer. No, it's not that the particle of light splits. No, it's the same particle of light. It can be seen from this side if there is an observer there, and from another side if there is an observer there. The same particle of light. So this is a proof that the real world, the way we perceive it, it's not the real world. It's our world. It's the world we see from our perspective. So my perspective can be different than your perspective, or than your neighbor or your friend or your family perspective. And knowing this, it's understandable that it's difficult that people agree all the time, because they have different perspectives on the same object, on the same matter, and they see the exact same thing, but they perceive it in a different way. As the particle of light, it's the same particle of light that can be seen from this side or from the other side if there is two different observers. But each observer will perceive the particle of light from his own perspective of what a particle of light should be. Does that make sense to you? Maybe not. It's a bit difficult to interiorize this with our minds that are very much 3D. The way we were taught is if we touch, it's physical, we can touch, it's material. If we cannot touch, it doesn't exist. It's not like that. It's not like that for a long time already, because you cannot touch the electricity, you cannot touch the air, you cannot touch the sound waves, but you know already they are there. We cannot see ourselves without a microscope, but we already know they exist. So all this is a bit subjective. It's real. It's comproved by science. Quantum physics has been comproving a lot of things that we had no idea they were like that. And we should accept those changes in our perception of life. And that to say that if somebody else has a different perspective from yours, it's his perspective. It doesn't mean that that person is wrong. It's just because that person is looking from his angle and from his perspective, with his life experiences. Many things can interfere in the way that person looks at a particular event or a particular matter. The same as with you. You can have a perspective that is totally different from another person's perspective. So just be gentle. Just be flexible. Be flexible most of all. Because if you move from this side to the other side, you'll have a different perspective on a particular object. And if you move from your small world to a bit further, to a bit different world with different experiences, you will have a different perspective. And then you may change the way you look at things. So why not accept that your neighbor has a different perspective? Thank you.